is Henry. It's Henry over the top and in.
Okay.
For the touchdown.
Goal line touchdown. I'll live with one of those.
I mean, he's have to live through.
Yeah, at least the system's pretty similar. They didn't change the verbiage this year.
Is that the first catch of his career?
It's Henry taking the pass with an open field. Taken off down the left sideline with a blocker in front. Davis. And it's going all the way for the touchdown.
What the This is terrible. I mean, this is just absolutely terrible. I had 5 of my players combined for 75 and 4 of my players combined for less than 10. This is just awful. I literally lost to Derrick Henry, Marlon Mack, and Ivan Ingram. Make up your mind. You can't have both of those vowels in your names. I mean, really. If you're going to score 27 points against me, make up your mind. It's just awful. Kyle Rudolph with a goose egg. Kirk Cousins only threw for 10 times. What are we living in? The 1960s? Is that what it is right now? We're throwing only 10 times. If you don't trust your quarterback that much, get out of the league. Let me tell you, you're not going to win the Super Bowl throwing the ball 10 times. You're not going to make the playoffs if you throw 10 times a game. And Philadelphia defense. You're going to put up a showing like that to Case Keenum and Vernon Davis? Are you kidding me? If you combine the age of those two players, we're looking at least 140. Philadelphia has Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Malik. I bet you didn't know this, but Malik Jackson is on the Eagles. Yeah, those 3 are on the Eagles. Trent Williams is nowhere to be seen. He wants the money, so he is not playing. Those 3 should have been living next to Case Keenum. They should have been neighbors, bully neighbors, who are making it really uncomfortable for Case Keenum to do anything. But no. Case Keenum was just chucking it to, what is that one guy's name? Terry McLaurin. That is his name. From supposedly Ohio State. I had never heard of him. I can literally name you 7 rookie wide receivers who come before him. 8, 9, 10. I don't know. I've never heard of Terry McLaurin. So it just boggles me that the Philadelphia defense put up 1 point. It's not really entering my brain right now, like how it's possible that they only scored 1 point. And Derrick Henry, who he could not get any playing time last year because Dion Lewis, who is about the 5th of the size of Derrick Henry. No, really, look it up. Dion Lewis is a 5th of the size of Derrick Henry. And Derrick Henry could not beat out Dion Lewis in short yard situations. And now, supposedly, Derrick Henry is part of the Titans' identity. So that's what they're going to do. They're just going to keep handing the ball off to Derrick Henry, who, if you want to talk about acceleration, there are cars in the 80s and the 70s who accelerate faster than Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's transmission is just broken. It's got a good top speed. It's got a nice spoiler in the back, but boy, it takes a while to get there. And his 75-yard screen pass was the most ridiculous thing. I thought Cleveland was going to win the Super Bowl. That's what the folks said to me. They told me that Cleveland was going to win the Super Bowl, but they gave up a 75-yard screen pass to Derrick Henry. Marlon Mack, who could not stay on the field when Luck was playing. It probably cost Luck had to retire because you, Marlon Mack, could not stay on the field. He literally retired. He was just like, you know what, guys? I don't want to deal with Marlon Mack anymore, so I'm just going to retire. Now that Luck is gone, you're going to play like that? He was amazing. At least I feel like he legitimately has talent and enough ability to do that compared to Derrick Henry. But what I just don't understand is why did he wait until the week 1 of the 2019 season against me? What did I ever do to him? I'm going to get past this. I am going to pick up my absolutely shattered team. That was just Derrick Henry's screen turned my team into just Google gobble. It was destroyed. That screen pass infiltrated my team and destroyed us from the inside out. Hey, I'm just gonna move on. I don't care. I don't care that is probably going to be Derrick Henry's longest reception of the year. I don't care. I also don't care that it happened against me. I don't care. I really don't care. I don't care. My opponent has Antonio Brown on their team. They weren't able to start Antonio Brown week 1. But the Derrick Henry screen pass is crazier than anything Antonio Brown did this past offseason. What, he cryogenically burned his feet? Did he, Antonio Brown? That's pretty crazy. Not as crazy as a 75-yard screen pass by Derrick Henry. Antonio Brown threatens to retire if his helmet conditions aren't met? That's pretty crazy, but not as crazy as a 75-yard screen pass for a touchdown by Derrick Henry. Antonio Brown calls his GM a cracker and wants to be released, and then ends up going to the Patriots. It shifts the tide of war in the NFL. Patriots are a 2-1 favorite now to win the Super Bowl after they got Antonio Brown. But you know what? In my opinion, I think a 75-yard screen pass to Derrick Henry is crazier. But, you know, I had a tough week 1. I had a tough week 1 loss. Derrick Henry had a little bit of a part of he had a part in it. But like I said, we'll move on. And let's look ahead to week 2 and how my team looks for week 2. I don't care about Derrick Henry. So for week 2, the biggest change I'm probably going to end up doing in my lineup depends on Joe Mixon's health. Signs are that he is going to play, but if he does not end up playing, I feel like I'm a little bit fortunate because I have Duke Johnson, and I feel like he can fill in very admirably as my RB2 replacement. And I have to play Sammy Watkins just because, I mean, he's literally a top 10 receiver right now, especially with Tyreek Hill gone. He's going to be the alpha receiver with Mahomes. You know, that's pretty insane. And they're up against Oakland, who they actually had a pretty decent showing, I felt like, defensively on Monday night. But I definitely wouldn't say that their pass defense is enough for me to not play Sammy Watkins. So I'll be moving Sammy Watkins into my wide receiver 2 slot. Hopefully Mike Evans can reaffirm his position as my wide receiver 1 and just have a kick-ass Thursday night game against Carolina. I know they didn't get particularly burned deep too much, except by Brandon Cooks on a couple of plays. But I'm hoping that Mike Evans can get some nice passes from Jameis, and maybe Jameis can rebound. So I'm looking forward to that. The 2 slots that I'm changing on my starting lineup from last week, I dropped the Cleveland kicker, obviously, and I dropped the Philadelphia defense. I do still have hope for the Philadelphia defense. I just feel like they're way too talented to show up like they did against the Redskins. But throughout the season, I'm very comfortable streaming kickers and defenses as well. And I know I just talked about how I hope Mike Evans does well, but seeing how Jameis played last weekend, I would like to think that a pick or 2 is a nice floor for any defense that goes up against Winston. So with that said, I picked up the Carolina defense, and I picked up the Carolina kicker because I feel like the Panthers will be well, one, I like playing kickers who I feel like will win the game. And I definitely feel like Carolina has a better team than Tampa Bay does. So I'll go ahead and pick Carolina to win the game. And with that reasoning, one of the kickers I'll stream is this gentleman named Joey Sly, who I don't know if any of us have heard of him. I know Graham Gano got hurt in the offseason, and I assume he's who they brought in because of that. And hopefully my two ancillary positions will not combine for 1.69 points next week. Maybe they'll combine for 2. Who knows? But if it's anything higher than 1.69, I don't feel like I'm asking for a lot. So I'll look forward to that. I'm going to leave it here on my week 2 matchup screen. This is kind of what it's shaping out for it to look like in week 2. I really hope everyone else here won their week 1. I know in some of my past videos I was a pretty big proponent on Joe Mixon. So I hope that injury didn't hurt you too bad in your matchups. But in some of my other videos, I feel like I was a pretty big proponent of Le'Veon Bell too. And Bell actually looked really awesome. I'm actually really excited for him as my RB1 for the rest of the year. I feel like he'll have better games than the one he did last Sunday. He was okay. I definitely don't feel like that was the ceiling, or at least his max potential that he's going to reach this season. So I'm very excited about that. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and please subscribe to my video. Subscriptions are huge for me. If you liked this video or even some of my other videos, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you, and good luck to all of us in week 2.